the Human Rights Day is widely observed throughout the globe on 10 December. In the United States, a Human Rights Week is observed beginning on 9th December. This was issued by, in 2001, the then President George W. Bush. In South Africa, the Human Rights Day is observed on 21st March instead of 10th December. This date was chosen to commemorate the 1960 Sharpeville massacre and its victim. The massacre took place on 21st March 1960 as a protest against the apartheid regime in South Africa. The Republic of Kiribati, located in the Central Pacific Ocean, observes Human Rights Day on 11th December. Now there are 30 basic human rights. Here are the list of 30 human rights according to Universal Declaration of Human Rights, that is UDHR by United Nations, signed in Paris on 10th December 1948. These 30 basic human rights are: number 1, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. So, all human beings being free and equal, they are endowed with the reasons and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. Second right is no discrimination among one another. Means everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedom without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political, other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth or other status. Next is third right is the right to life. So everyone has a right to life, liberty and security of a person. Fourth rights are no torture and inhuman treatment. No one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman or degrading a treatment of a punishment. Sixth one, everyone has a right to recognize everywhere as a person before the law. Means the same right to use the law. Next, all are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of law. All are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination, in violation, and against any incitement to such discrimination. It means the equal protection before the law. Now, eighth one, right to be treated fair by a court. Means everyone has a right to an effective remedy by the competent national tribunals for acts violating the fundamental rights granted him by the Constitution or a law. Ninth one, no unfair detainment. Means no one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention or exile. 10th one, right to trial. Means everyone is entitled to full equality to fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal in determination of his right and obligation and of any criminal charge against him. It means the right to trial everyone has. 11th one, innocent until proved guilty. Means everyone charged with the penal offences has the right to be presumed innocent until he is proved guilty according to the law in a public trial. Means innocent until proved guilty. Next one, right to privacy. Means no one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home or correspondence, nor to attack upon his honor and reputation. Means everyone has a right to the protection of a law against such interference or attack. Means the right to privacy. 13th one, freedom to movement and residence. Means everyone has a right to freedom of movement and residence. Means everyone has a right of residence and the right to movement. Within the borders of each state, everyone has a right to leave any country, including his own, and return to his own country. Means everybody can travel anywhere, the whole of the world. Next one, everyone has the right to seek and to enjoy in other countries asylum from prosecution. This right may not be invoked in the cases of prosecution genuinely arising from non-political crimes or from any acts to the purpose and principles of United Nations. That means right of asylum. 15th one, everyone has the right to nationality. No one shall arbitrarily deprived of his nationality or not denied the right to change his nationality. 16th one, men and women of full age without any limitation, duress to nationality or religion have the right to marry and to found a family. They are entitled to equal rights as to marriage. During a marriage and its dissolution, marriage shall be entered into only with the free and full consent of the intending spouses. The family is the natural and fundamental group until family group unit of society and is entitled to protection of a society and the state. Means right to marry and have a family. Then 17th one, right to own things. Means everyone has a right to own things. Everyone has the right to own property alone as well as in association with others. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property. 18th one, freedom of thought in religion. Everyone has a right to freedom of thoughts, conscience and religion. This right includes freedom to change his religions or a belief, and freedom either alone or in community with others, and public or a private, to manifest his religion or a belief in teaching, practice, worship and observance. That means freedom of thought and religion. 19th one, freedom of opinion and expression. Everyone has a right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek and receive and impart information and ideas though any media and regardless of frontiers. Means the freedom of opinion and expression. Then 20th one, everyone has a right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association. No one may be compelled to belong to an association. Okay. Means right to assembly is one of the rights granted. Then everyone has a right to take part in government of his country directly or through freely chosen representative. Everyone has a right of equal access to public service in his own country. That is right of democracy. Then social security. Everyone as a member of a society has a right to social security and is entitled to realization through national efforts and international cooperation in accordance with the organization and resources of each state of the economic, social, cultural rights indispensable for his dignity and the free development of his personality. That is right to social security. Then 23rd one, right to work. Everyone has the right to work, to free of choice employment, to just and favorable condition. Means only when he should be employed for a gain. 24th one, right to rest and holiday. Everyone has a right to rest and leisure, including reasonable limitation of working hours and periodic holidays with pay. 25th one, right of social service. Means everyone has a right to standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself and his family. Then 26th one, right to education. Everyone has a right to education. Education shall be free, at least in the elementary and fundamental stage. Elementary education shall be compulsory. Then 27th one, everyone has a right of freely to participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy art and to share in a scientific advancement and its benefits. That is right of culture and art. 20th one, freedom around the world. Everyone is entitled to social and international order in which the rights and freedom set forth in this declaration can be fully realized. 29th one, everyone has a duty to the community in which alone the free and full development of his personality is possible, that is subject to law. In exercise of his right and freedom, everyone shall be subject only to such limitation as are determined by the law solely for the purpose of securing due recognition. Then 30th one, human rights can't be taken away. In this declaration may be interpreted as implying for any state, group or person any right to engage in any activity or to perform any act aimed at the destruction of any rights and freedom set forth herein. So these are the 30 basic human rights given under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights listed by United Nations in General Assembly. Thank you. Wish you all happy Human Rights Day.